I'm going to give all you guys a few minutes to get on. I'm coming on 2 minutes early because I'm sitting down here in the studio and I'm ready, which like never happens. So I'm just going to wait for you guys to kind of come on. It's Monday night. That means it's YouTube Live with me, Deborah Hanlon. So for those of you who don't know me, I am an intuitive. I have this ability to connect with loved ones who have passed and crossed over. And I think I'm the least likely person to be able to do that because I'm one of the biggest skeptics on the planet. So if I didn't do it for myself, I wouldn't believe that this actually is something that people can do, but that's what I do. But in addition to what I do, I always say that I am more like a medium for the living. So that means I help people raise up the dead parts of themselves, which if you are on the planet Earth right now, and particularly you're in the United States or actually anywhere in the world that you're being quarantined, you're feeling like you're dead anyway. Oh, I forgot to start Facebook. Hold on. Okay, so now Facebook has started. So, I got a text from my sister. Hold on one second. Oh, good. She's on. Good. She says she sees me. This is fantastic. So I'm starting like early, which never happens. Those of you who know, it's Monday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday night I come on YouTube and we talk, we chat. So I'm also on Facebook. I don't know if anyone's joined in yet on Facebook, but for those of you who are tuned in from YouTube, you see a blue screen behind me. Usually I have some sort of fun something behind me. I didn't do that tonight. I didn't set it up. So it's the blue screen from last week. And if you're watching from Facebook, it looks like a just plain old ugly green screen. And you really should tune in from YouTube because I only answer questions from people who tune in from here on YouTube. So it's Monday. It's 8:30. I hope you have me scheduled as a part of your Monday night routine because it's my Monday night routine. And tonight, I may not be inebriated. I'll let you decide. I may or may not have had a glass of wine or two before we came on because I am handling quarantine like a champ. Like a champ. Look at you see my roots, you guys. You see this? I did this for you. I'm coming on with my roots. I have the root spray, but I am coming on in solidarity with all of you who cannot get your roots done like myself. And I promised my hairdresser that I would not get them done and I would not use a box and mess up everything. So I'm going au naturel and I am not spraying my roots because I am one with all of you who also cannot get your hair done and are not using a box color. And I am almost 44 years old. And this is a reality, this thing here. And I kind of like that it right now, this little gray roots thing happening is socially acceptable because we socially can't see each other. So it's socially acceptable and I'm going to embrace it. But as soon as this is over, as much as I like not having to get it done all the time, that is getting fixed like ASAP because I don't believe that because I'm 44, I should look like I'm 44 or 64 or 84 for that matter. So this is solidarity with you, all you women out there who have to do your roots to cover gray. So that's that. I am handling you quarantine like a champ because I have learned a lot about myself in these almost 4 weeks. And what I've learned about myself is that I can't fucking sit still for 12 seconds. No. I thought I was like this, but now I'm really like this. So anyone in the Hanlon Kafbakaro household, that is our home, they can't rest very often because, oh, you know what? I can't see your chats. Hold on, you guys. Where are your chats? Let me see where hold on one moment, please. I just totally forgot to put your chats up. For those of you who are tuning in, please make sure you let me know that you're here and where you're tuning in from. I like to see where everyone is tuning in from. So write down where you're coming from or chat or whatever. I had 2 glasses of wine. I'm not going to lie. I did. But I have been productive. Getting back to my topic. I am handling quarantine like a champ because I refuse to waste 12 seconds of time of quarantine not productive. And it is my personal way of coping with the reality that the world is really messed up right now. And I'm not going to let myself feel that reality completely. So I just stay busy. And I tell you what, you're going to want to hire me as a landscaper because I can blow leaves like no one's business. I did today for a good 3 hours. And it's very cathartic for me. I built a rock wall. I did appointments. The kids helped. Actually, I built several rock walls. I'll take pictures. I'll post on Facebook. I'm going to get this lawn perfect and beautiful because I keep telling myself, I've got the time. I've got the time. Which the weird thing is I've never been busier ever in my life. I'm working nonstop. I took appointments earlier today, all morning long. And then I didn't rest. Nope, I didn't rest. I went right outside and I started blowing leaves and raking the lawn and building a little rock wall. I'm doing some landscaping. So I'm going to start a part-time landscaping business for myself in the middle of all this. So that is what I'm doing. Oh, my sister is texting me and she's saying she is drunk and working and watching me right now. So we are totally representing the Hanlons. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Lauren. Way to go. Way to go for representing our Irish heritage. I did have 2 glasses of wine because at 6 p.m., right on schedule, I told myself earlier today I was going to stop in the yard at 6 p.m. and I am going to get showered and then I'm going to make dinner and then I'm going to be ready for YouTube, and everything happened exactly as planned. I am not this organized, this productive, or this busy in regular world life. It's just quarantine life. And I was thinking today as I was blowing leaves, which I do have a severe OCD issue with leaf blowing, and I'll explain that in a minute if you remind me, because I'll probably forget. And I was thinking how I feel very much like when I was pregnant and I was nesting right before the babies came. Did any of you have that? Like, did you nest before you had children? Because I was very nesty and I wanted everything clean and everything perfect. And that is how I feel during quarantine. So for me, my coping mechanism for quarantine, kind of like, apocalyptic world WTF, I'm not addressing that. I'm not. I'm just not. I just cannot. I can't go down fear mode. I just want to embrace every moment I have and be productive. And so if I'm productive, every member of this household is productive. So they probably all freaking hate me here, which I do have to say they're all good little worker bees that I've got here. So that is how I'm handling quarantine. I want to know how you guys are handling quarantine. I feel a little bit bad that I keep talking about being productive, and I want to just state right off the bat that is clearly a coping mechanism I can't even speak. I'm not even that drunk. Come on now. I'm Irish. It's 2 glasses of wine. It wasn't like 6. But anyway, it's a coping mechanism for me. And I realize that if I don't embrace and take all this time, like Greg's home and Jack is not here. Ben and Chris are here. And so I've got literal manpower behind me. I've had these kids like going through our 3 acres of land and I'm like, find a rock, put it in the wheelbarrow, bring it to me because I'm building some walls. That is for total real. I'm not even exaggerating. That's what happened today. But that's my coping mechanism. For those of you who feel like shut down and tired and can't move and can't work, that's your coping mechanism. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not right. You're not right. We all have these different ways that we're dealing with this. Mine is non-human productivity. Yeah, non-human, because I don't have this much energy ever. It's like I'm nesting. It is literally like I'm nesting. I'm nesting for a new birth of self. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's happening, but that is how I'm handling it, and apparently how everyone in my household has to handle it. So, oh, good, Cindy, you're on. I'm so glad. So, if I'm talking about being productive and it's making you feel bad, one, please tell me, and two, please don't feel bad. It's a stress mechanism that is in hyper overdrive right now, and I'm just waiting for it to crash. And when it crashes, I'm gonna sleep for like 12 weeks, and it'll probably happen when life starts happening all over again. When we got to get back into life, that is when I'm going to be all of a sudden feeling like, God, I'm tired and depressed. So there you go. Yeah, everyone's feeling me with the roots. Hello, Lauren. Hey, sir. Maybe I'll tell that story if you guys remind me. Hello, Karen from Wyckoff, New Jersey. Let me know if this is the first time you've ever tuned into, because if it is the first time, I apologize if I slur any of my words, because I did have 2 glasses of wine. We made dinner. We had wine. Hung out on the porch. I mean, I have so much freaking time. I don't know why time management is good for me in quarantine. I don't know why, because let me tell you, when I'm not in quarantine, I come home from readings and I am a big, huge, lazy, like, I don't feel like doing anything. So quarantine, I don't know. I like it. I do like social distancing. I'm going to share my shirt with you. It says I heart social distancing. And I am going to plug, look at these little hearts on the elbows. My friend Shelly Pacone made this for me because I saw it on Facebook and I loved it. And I was like, I want that shirt. And do you know that Shelly Pacone 2 days later showed up at my door, socially distanced. She stayed in the driveway. She dropped the bag on the lawn. I was outside building a wall. This was a couple of days ago. And she brought it to me and I told her, I am showing this shirt on YouTube Live. So I waited until today. I do like social distancing. I do like being at our home. I do like getting things done. I've planted trees. Well, I ordered where the trees were to be planted. The boys have dug holes and planted trees and have learned a lot about gardening, so much so that they hope that they live on a rooftop in the city so that they never have land that they ever have to garden again. But it's all good. Hello, Jamie. How are you? Marnie, you're on my list of people to talk about. For real. I am making a note right here for that. Hello, Margie. Oh my God, I love that my cousin Margie from Las Vegas is here. What are you guys doing out in Vegas? Tell me. What is going on? Margie, my family and my cousin out in Las Vegas says I have had wine too. We are Hanlons at the core. We are tonight, for sure. Let's see. I do have a sensitive back, Cindy. What, oh my God, it's so funny. Greg says, what railings can I go lick? He wants to get COVID-19 because then he can rest, because I'm telling you, you come onto this property, you are going to work. You're going to work your little hiney off. So it's pretty great over here. Let's see. I'm reading your stuff. Your sister's cheating. She should be touching in as we are. We want to know you too. Deborah's awesome. Why, thank you. Let's see. Big time nesting. Thank you, Holly. Okay. Jillian, you know what's so funny? When I was saying I was nesting, believe it or not, you came to my mind. I'm like, I bet you Jillian is also getting so much shit done. So tell me like what you have been doing with your boys. Let's see. Niska Yuna, hello. You're in the house. Hello, Carolyn. You had a blue day today, so you're glad to see you and listen to me. You even made a drink, and that's so rare for you. Nope, it's Drinky Mondays. I don't even have like a catchy phrase. We're just calling it Drinky. Drinky Mondays in quarantine. I had a very blue day last Friday. Last Friday, I was like, yeah, I'm probably just going to run away. That's kind of how I felt. And I tried to relax and I tried to settle down, but I can't. So I did something. Who the hell knows? Maureen, thank you for asking. GK did not clean his closet yet, but to his defense, he has not had time to. I figured that we would wait for that to happen on the next rainy day because there's too much sunshine outside for us to be working in the yard. So I'm gonna show pictures later of what I've done. I've walls, rock walls. I'm not kidding, rock walls. I mean, not big ones, but just we got a lot of rock here, and I'm utilizing the stone from the earth. I'm connecting to the earth. They've recommended no leaf blowing, but spreading wildflower seeds around the grass will make the bees so very happy. Mary Jane, I planted so many bee-friendly things. Heather is one of them. Lavender is another. Lilac bushes and trees. I have been thinking of the bees, but I planted them far away from the house in hopes that the bees will be enticed to go far away from where the humans are once we actually get to be outside and enjoy outside. So leaf blowing, no. I have a severe OCD of leaf blowing. And let's talk about this for a minute. Greg calls me Forrest Gump. And at first I was a little offended by that title. I did not think that was a compliment, nor do I think he meant it as a compliment, but I certainly didn't take it one. But the more I blow leaves, the more I realize I'm exactly like Forrest Gump. And he says that, you know, that scene in Forrest Gump when Forrest decided to go running and he kept running for like days and days. That is literally how I get when I'm blowing leaves. I don't know what happens to me. I'm not a farmer. I don't know. But we've got a lot of land that's like open and clear. And then we have forest. Forest, like Forrest Gump. So we have forest. So I don't care about the leaves that are on the yard, the lawn. I don't care about those leaves. I don't care about those. I want to blow the leaves that are on the forest beds that have been there for the thousands of years or hundreds of years that the trees have been there. I need to clean those up. And so my intention for our property is that it will be like a park. But right now there's just dirt underneath those leaves because no one has ever cleaned them. So I blow the leaves far, far away, and then there's dirt. So I want to have grass growing. So this is like a huge, 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 huge project. I really should take videos of this stuff. But I just keep blowing leaves, and someday it will be time to plant seeds and I will have grass, and then we will rake the leaves. So that is what I'm doing in my quarantine time. That and readings and building classes and staying busy. Not 1 inch of my day is not busy because that is my coping mechanism. Greg says wine was not made to drink out of a pint glass. Silly man. Silly, silly man. I had it out of a very nice stemless glass. Marnie is saying you're busy all day, but you had a ton of appointments canceled. Let me talk about that, Marnie. Oh my God, I have a visitor. Come on in. I have a visitor. It's not Baker. Grandpa's on?
No. Well, he's trying to.
Let's see.
Texted me.
Lauren, let me know if Dad's on. Hello, everybody. This is Christopher. You guys remember him from before? What?
It's like opposite.
Oh, because we're on the mirror now.
Okay.
So Marnie, let me see, what is he saying? Are you on YouTube with your mother? I'm going down. I must be watching the wrong one because you're sitting next to her. Oh yeah, Dad, you're watching an old one. We got to try to get Grandpa on. So Marnie, let me talk about you because you are on my list. First of all, Marnie, post it right below your website, your link. Marnie sent me a sample of her face cream that I need to bathe in. I'm not kidding, ladies. It's all natural. Marnie can tell you more about it. She did not put me up to this. I just feel like all these small businesses, I need to plug you. And Marnie, I am in love with it. And I really, truly, truly, truly want to order. face cream from you because it's literally like I never had anything like it. So Marnie, please put your website down there. Please, people, go look at it. It is an all natural. She could tell you about it. All natural cream that is making my quarantine life happy because that's tonight you asked me if I was sweating. He goes, "Are you sweating?" And I'm like, "No, I've got this new face cream on and it's extremely moisturizing. It's just what I needed." What?
What Greg said.
What did Greg say? Over here? I think I'm going to have to cut his hair. No, it's perfect.
I need it. Nothing.
Benjamin, my middle son, his girlfriend took a what do you call them? Buzzer, and buzzed off his hair. And now we're just waiting for Christopher to do the same.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it?
I'll cut it shorter, but I'm not.
I'll do it for you. Cut. You trust me. All right. He trusts me. So I'm going to... Not tonight, though. Oh, no, because I had 2 glasses of wine. Oh. That would not be okay. That would not be right.
Okay, just go down.
Yeah. You have to go up to go down. So let's see. Colleen says you're just stressed about returning life to normal. Colleen, I agree. I don't think I want life to turn to normal. I like social distancing. I don't like that we're forced to not be able to. And Chris and I went food shopping yesterday, and that was a little weird. That was like creepy to see people with masks, and you couldn't get close to people, and like even passing them in the aisles, it almost felt like, oh my God, they're skeeving, they're nervous of me if I breathe. So that's a weird feeling. But I kind of think the world needed this reset. So I think we're going to be all right.
I hate my hair.
You hate your hair? I love it. It's perfect. This is amazing hair for a boy. Oh my God. You have your mother's hair. He just said, "What is wrong with you?" Oh my God. Let's see. So Robin is saying that you feel very hyper. You don't even feel tired anymore. Like you said, when this is over, I'll crash. You also have wine for me. Yeah, I think I probably will crash when this is over. I think I'm just staying so busy to just keep my mind occupied and not in the reality of it all, because it's a little overwhelming.
I'm really white.
You're really white? Oh, yeah, you do look really white. It's the lighting. You don't look as white when you sit in.
You have too many lights on.
I know. I turned some off. We have like stage lighting in here. It's fantastic. Let's see. I miss hugs. I don't really miss hugs because everyone I hug is right here. No, I do miss Jack. My oldest is staying with his dad. And today I actually felt like, oh my God, like I just need to hug him. But you guys are here and I can hug you any moment. And these two, I got to say, I've got the best quarantine buddies on the planet. They have helped nonstop. Tons of work. You building walls with me and moving rocks? How's that going?
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's
boring.
It's boring. What else would we be doing,
It's true.
Yeah. They helped like bring all these rocks in. I mean, we are built on bedrock. Not the water. They're built on bedrock, so just tons and tons of rocks keep coming, and I just keep building walls. So that's because of their manpower. And Holly, yes, Greg has been using the Kubota like crazy. I actually thought of you and your family today. For that very fact, I thought buying this Kubota was the best thing we ever could have done, because it does help. It does. The piles of leaves that I blow, and then he plows through it and he carries it over to the rock wall and he dumps it on the other side.
I'm the farmer.
I find nothing more satisfying than getting this yard work done. So ridiculous. Jillian likes Deborah with 2 glasses of wine. This is my limit. This is my Irish limit. I know I can have 2 glasses of wine and I stop. I'm good. I have 3 glasses of wine, then I have no shutoff valve. And then that's not good. So I had the shutoff valve. It stopped. What time does this end? When I sleep. When I fall asleep. Why? Did you have other plans?
No.
No. Just want to know how long you're down here for?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're down here for whatever. Robin says she needs wine, but she hates to drink alone. Robin, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Eileen had a gin and tonic today. I hope Marnie, I hope you put your website because I need to order some more because I'm done with the sample you gave me and I'm absolutely in love with it. My cousin in Vegas said it's been quiet here. We're low on toilet paper in the stores, but not too bad. Was supposed to be in Temecula today with my dad. Are you serious? Yeah, that's not happening. A lot of first timers are on here tonight. So, wow. I wonder why. Why? Because you guys have nothing else to do. And so you're joining me. So I am incredibly impressed. I hope I keep you on. This is a time to actually be able to ask me questions about all things intuition and intuitiveness. I don't take private or personal intuitive questions in this format, but I do generalize stuff. So Chris is pointing out that Cindy wants to know if the chickens are alive.
Almost dead.
They were almost dead. Baker, the puppy, and Bailey apparently teamed up on one of them. I missed this whole thing, by the way. I didn't see this. You didn't see it either? So apparently they were harassing one of the chickens, and they both each had feathers out of their mouth. Greg said they both had feathers, and Greg thought they killed the chicken. And so he picked up the chicken, and he was really sad for it. And he said that he was just going to grab it by the feet and fling it into the woods, thinking it died. But as soon as he picked it up, it moved its head. And he realized that he thinks the chicken became so scared from the dogs that he passed out and got unconscious. So we don't know if chickens pass out and go unconscious. Any of you? So our chicken got scared and passed out. But she's fine now. She's fine. So he said it moved its head when he saved it, and he put it in the coop. He expected it to be dead from a heart attack, but she's all right. She seems to be okay, right? Yeah. And Baker's like a real shepherd dog. He likes to just run around them and corral them. So we would love to teach him like where to keep them. So we let them roam in the yard yesterday because we were out there. And Greg is very protective of his girls. We call them his girls. And every day he's their rooster. We don't need a rooster because Greg is here. But Baker loves to harass them. And we'll see how that works out. Yeah. Baker's our little buddy. Let's see. What else? You planted peas and parsley. You're cleaning closets. Yes, closets are good. You guys are cleaned your closets. Let's see. How are the chickens doing? They're doing all right. Hello, Mark. Hello, Annie from Colorado. Take photos. Okay, I will. I'm going to post before and after pictures. Everyone's saying hi, Christopher. Hello, Diane. How are you? Christopher looks so much like Jack, Carolyn said. Let's see. We're twins. They said we're twins. I'm the male version. Nope. No, I am not the male version. You would be the male version of me. Oh, God, help me. Let's see. Christopher's hair is beautiful. Your hair's nice. Don't buzz it, is what Eileen said. Cindy said, run, don't let me cut it. Chris, great hair, leave it for a while. I love his hair. Hello, Christopher. Noreen is saying her figure who's been distant got in touch today. Maybe something good is coming out of crazy. That is possible. I'm actually hearing that from a lot of people, that they're reconnecting with family that they haven't heard from or were estranged from. So that is good if you're both welcome and open to it. Carolyn said, I love your hair. It's awesome, Chris. I work in the hair business and people would kill for your hair. And it's so thick. It really is like unbelievably thick. Oh my goodness. Melissa said you're pale because you're not flushed from wine like I am. I also put on I also put on makeup for you guys because I figured I can't really come out with my corona face. I did corona hair for all of you, but I didn't do corona face. I know, these are a lot. Greg wants to know how dinner was.
Okay.
We had a good dinner. It was Chris's idea. Ooh, Aunt Lauren says hello. She's tuning in. Rocks and walls are an Irish thing. I bet you it is, actually. Wine is a truth serum. That is true. So you can totally ask me anything now, and I will just say it. Lauren said 2 is not my limit. No, 2 is my limit when I'm being normal, but then I don't have a limit. Leah is saying, why am I so oddly calm during this madness? Is it my faith or am I in denial? Leah, I totally understand. That's a great question. I actually feel that way too, in a way. Like I don't know either. Like I keep questioning myself. My brother gets into hysterics over this whole thing, not like tears, but just gets me really riled up. And I talk to him on the phone and I'm like, oh, this is stressful. I feel like we're doing what we need to do. This is a terrible situation, but there's a lot to be learned from it all around. I think the world needed a reset, and I think we all have this opportunity to view it as such. So I feel calm during it too, almost grateful for it. Having said that, I also don't know anyone directly affected by it yet. To me, I know I've heard clients who have had people pass, quite a few. I've had many clients call or message saying they have it or a family member has it. So I'm not diminishing that, but in my own personal corner of the world, I feel like you do, Leah, in a way that almost welcoming this break. I think we all kind of needed a break. So that is how I'm looking at this. And you agree, right? You were saying that too. You're tired. But weren't you saying earlier, like, you thought like the world kind of needed this, like we all needed a break from each other? What do you mean by that? You're talking to this.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like talking.
You don't feel like talking? All right. If you feel like talking, just chime up. All right. Ina is asking, what are my thoughts on manifestation? My thoughts on manifestation. I really do believe that whatever our unconscious holds is what we keep manifesting. And that's why it is so important for us to dig into our subconscious mind and bring to the conscious mind what it is that we wish and want. And with that, we will bring forward our blocks, what things block us from manifesting. There are things that I believe we are unconsciously manifesting, but not on purpose, such as this virus. So I think collectively, we had just kind of said, like the world needed a break. And I think we've all manifested this as that break. And last week I was talking about the spiritual aspects of what lung issues mean in holistic medicine, and it's an upsurge or a dredging up of collective grief. So I believe that unconsciously we were manifesting this upheaval and this removal of all this collective historic grief as humans that we've had for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's manifesting now in the world like this. I do strongly believe what you think about, you bring about. And we are so unconscious that we don't even realize that our brains are thinking of something negative all the time. Last week, Chris brought my attention to a Steve Harvey speech, that motivational. That was last week, yeah. We were in the car and he started playing it, and then we just sat in a parking lot together listening to this. You're going to have to send me the link so I can give it to everybody.
That is great.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Send it to Greg so Greg will post it below. It was so amazing, this motivational speech that Chris brought to my attention. And I was like, where did you hear this? And he's like, I listen to this stuff all the time. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is just what I've wanted you to listen to. And I didn't tell him to. It was actually since Kobe Bryant passed that he's been listening to a lot. And Steve Harvey has a lot to say about what you think about yourself. You just have to keep going and believe in yourself. And I do believe that is strongly connected with how well we manifest things or not. Fearsome and not. That does not mean if you're fearful of right now, that means all of your fears are going to come true. But manage your mindset about fear. Pay attention to what your own inner self is saying about fear. And you sent it to me, or did you send it to Greg?
I sent it to you.
All right.
Because I already said it to Greg. I don't know.
All right.
Everyone's talking about fainting chickens. Wait,
I think it's behind. Yeah, you can go.
Ooh.
Hold on. Oh, that's loud. One moment, please. I can't do this and that at the same time. I'm going to send this to Greg, and then he can post it.
I thought it was dead. Greg.
They're still talking about the chickens. Okay, so I sent it to Greg, and he'll post it. So that is some of my thoughts on manifesting. Oh, let's see. Wait, you just said Greg was going to wing the chicken in the woods. He was going to no, he thought the chicken was dead, so he was going to throw it in the woods because he thought it was dead. And then it was like, I'm alive. Don't throw me in the woods. My son looks bored. Are you bored? I don't think you're bored. That? Power Sports. Do you see Power Sports?
I'm bored.
Are you bored?
I'm bored, but not.
Debbie's asking.
I could be bored. More bored. Boarder. I don't know how to say it.
More bored?
More bored. I could be more bored, but whatever.
He's just listening. He's just tuning in. I don't think they can hear you because the mic is not in your way. Why don't you just put it like this?
I got it.
There you go. Maybe it'll grab you now. Debbie wants to know, are you doing a lot of cooking during the quarantine?
Well, not really. Well,
you're always cooking.
Well, not really now. I don't know. I'm just grabbing snacks that we buy. And
oh my God. Chris and I do food shopping together. We get it done in like 25 minutes. From the moment we walk in the door, from the moment we leave the place. We are like super shoppers together, but we're not. We just encourage each other like to get snacks. Like, yeah. We need chips. Yeah. Ben likes those chips. Yeah, we should get those. Oh, there's the cookie aisle. We need Oreos. So we do a very thorough shopping, but we do too many snacks shopping.
We're quick, but
we're quick.
We've been in there for like 20 minutes. A lot.
I know.
We almost had 2 carts.
I know. We did. We were just in and like I'm holding the cart with like
baby wipes.
Baby wipes. I'm holding baby wipes because the store ran out of wipes. And I'm like, I'm not going shopping in here without wiping down the cart. So we went to the baby aisle. And then there was only one big pack of actual baby wipes left. And I was like, I cannot in good conscience buy the baby wipes because someone actually needs them for baby wipes. And then there was like a travel pack. So we bought the small travel pack. And I held on to the cart using the wipes. So yeah, it's good times going shopping. What did Greg said? Link above is Steve Harvey. So Greg is posting Steve Harvey. Let's see. From Pam, ignore this if it's too serious for your happy mood. Is there anything I can do to feel a notice sign from loved ones who have passed? Yeah. So I'm not even necessarily happy. I'm just overstimulated by my own brain that is working to stay busy. I wouldn't even call this a happy mood. But anything you could do to feel or notice signs from a loved one. The logical mind will block all ability to feel a sign. So that means if you're thinking too much about what it should feel like or what a sign should be like, then you're in your logical mind. So I would first tell you to dip into your imagination and play a game of pretend with yourself so that you just pretend and imagine that they are with you. When you do that, you then activate your intuitive side. So I always say the imagination is the gateway or the doorway to your intuitive side. So pretend they're with you. Now, some people will say, well, I don't want to pretend they're with me because I want to know that they are with me. They are with you, but your logical mind is what is stopping yourself from experiencing them or feeling them or getting a sense of them. We all feel like we are answering our own questions and we are making signs up. We all feel that way. And I always tell people when they ask me, how do I know if I made up that sign from my dad? Say they're saying. And I will ask them two questions. One, how did you feel when you received the sign? And they always say, I felt good. I felt relieved. I felt connected. It, didn't last very long, but I just felt that they were there. I can't really explain it. And I'll say, perfect. And the second question is, can you make what happened happen again? Can you make it up? No, I can't, I don't know. I just felt like he was over my shoulder. Can you make that feeling up again? No, I can't make it up. That's how you know a sign is a sign. So get out of your logical mind and go into your intuitive mind. And to do that is just to start playing imagination and pretend. Imagine they're sitting right with you. Imagine if you're cleaning or working or driving or wherever you are, imagine they're with you and start a conversation with them and start to see how it feels. And that will bring the awareness to your intuitive mind up and it will override the logical mind. So that is really, truly like my technique of teaching you how to stay connected with your loved ones who have crossed, because the logical mind is going to tell you, nope, they're gone. And the logical mind is correct in that.
Look at the comments. Everyone's saying banana bread. And I try to get you to make banana bread.
That's true. Chris does want to keep making banana. Oh, yeah. A lot of people are making banana bread. Maybe we'll do that next time it rains. Tomorrow I've got more outside work to do. But maybe on Wednesday.
You have outside work to
do. My work is your work. So Pam, I hope that helps at least to just try that.
I'm about to go up.
You're gonna leave me? Mm-hmm. All right, you're bored?
I'm bored. I'm just tired. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
All right. Well, good night, Christopher. We love you. I'll see you up there because I'm sure you won't be sleeping by the time I get up. You might be. Aw, my little. I'll take care of it. There you go. Thanks. Let's see. How do we raise our vibration when people around us are full of doom and despair? It is hard. I just released on Teachable how to raise your vibration. It's a whole class that will take probably 4 or 5 hours at least to do. How do we raise our vibration? It's hard. I mean, we're in close quarters with each other. We don't have outside places to go to get rid of it. But we have to make a conscious decision to get ourselves out of the energy of people who are in doom and gloom, because you can't stay there. So I would literally leave the room if you can. You can let people know, like, listen, I know the reality of this. This is not a good situation, but there is nothing I can personally do to solve the situation. And this is, and I talked about this last night on my meditation circle. Right now is an opportunity to recognize what we as individuals can do for ourselves to feel good or feel bad. And it is always a choice. And sometimes we get derailed and we're completely just blindsided by life, like this situation. But it's time to dig deep and look at your individual self. How do you really think about things? Are you naturally optimistic? Are you pessimistic? Notice how you contribute to the collective energy field. Notice what you feel inside. And is that working for you? That is the question we need to be asking ourselves. Does this work for me as an individual? Does this make me feel good? Some people, maybe they need to hash and rehash and go over all the doom and gloom. Maybe they need to listen to the news radios, news stories over and over and over. Maybe that's what they need to do. I'm not somebody who can possibly listen to, I get the gist. I get 1 or 2 news articles. That's it. I'm not going to have it on autoplay over and over all day, because I know that my energy field will completely go ballistic. I will completely feel just helpless and powerless. And I refuse to make myself feel that way. So you have to find something that you can do that lifts and raises your vibration with what we've got going on. For me, that's why I'm staying busy. That's why I know I keep thinking of the time when this is over and life is back to quote unquote normal. And I keep asking myself, my future self at that time, will I have felt that I wasted this time that I have at home with my family, time to work on the yard? We're not working. Well, we're not working out and we're not traveling all over the place. I am working, but I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to my future self to be like, well, man, why didn't you get such and such done? Why didn't you get such and such done? Because that's how I normally operate. I'm the queen procrastinator. So that is how I'm viewing this time for me. But some of you, and I explained this last week, Michelle, my assistant, is the most productive, nonstop human being I've ever met, ever in my life. She will take on 12 jobs just because. Um, she's unbelievable. And during this time, she's noticed that she's need to power down. She's needing to watch more TV and do less. So I feel like we flipped. Like I need to feel like I do more. She needs to feel we do less. Somewhere in that spectrum, all of you lie. And find what that is for yourself. Maybe you need to cook more. Maybe you need to cook less. But that's what this opportunity is for right now, is to check in with yourself. How do I want to go forward and move forward and live? What is it that I like out of the way my life works before and not? What are the benefits to this? Before we're carting kids all over the place to different activities and practices and here and there. I don't find joy in that. I don't enjoy that. So I'm embracing the time that I have that I'm not doing that, but I'm filling it with something else. So I really do feel like this is the time to ask yourself and be really honest. What do you need? Maybe you need rest. Then rest. You need to rest. Maybe you need to stay in bed all day. Then stay in bed all day. Do that. That's just not the way I'm doing it. So the more I keep talking about it, I keep saying, please don't think I'm saying be productive and that's what you're supposed to be. That's what I need to do. That's how I'm coping through this. And I'll probably crash when this is over. When this is over, I'll probably be like, I can't get out of bed for 4 days. And if I start canceling YouTube lives on Monday night, you guys will know that I crashed. Christine is asking, do I think the kids will go back to school soon? We're getting word, and this is not official word. So this is not official. This did not come from anyone official. This isn't even my intuition, but what was official is that the Regents tests were canceled. And then because that happened, word kind of spread. So this is like rumor mill totally, that we might need to start thinking that our kids are not going back to school, which I don't know how I feel about that. I honestly don't know. Intuitively, I honestly really felt that by the beginning to mid-May, we would be back. That was what I would intuitively felt. Kind of getting word like with the regions canceled. I know SUNY Albany canceled their graduation. That maybe they're going to do this a little bit longer to be sure. I do feel that as long as this lasts, that's as long as we should be, and maybe even more. So the more cautious we are, the better we are. We do know Greg's daughter Samantha is a nurse at Hackensack Hospital, and they're totally overwhelmed with people. St. Luke's, I heard from a friend today who was close to people at St. Luke's, completely at their limit. So, these healthcare workers, I'm worried for them about PTSD and the fact that they're in just this survival go mode. That scares me for them, just emotionally. But I thought mid-May we'd be back to school, but I don't know if that's going to be accurate or not. All right, let's see. Karen is asking about spirit guides. How do I know they're around, and do I speak to them the same way as my past loved ones? Yes, talk to them the same way. I always feel like in a reading when people sit with me, I never feel like I can accurately say so and so or such and such is a spirit guide to you because I can't prove them. And I only like to do the realms that I can prove. I can prove, did you have an Uncle Larry or did you not? Did you have this person who passed? Did you not? But spirit guides are a little less provable to me. And that's just the way I operate. I need that proof. But they do come through. I just don't like command them to come through. I have done meditations individually where I have kind of been made aware of my spirit guides, and I think that's fun to do. And I recommend you having your own experience. I told my meditation group last night that I have sat down here many times to record a meeting your spirit guides meditation, and it never comes out. It never comes through. It's never fluid. So eventually I will do it, but it's not quite coming through me easily yet. I'm sure you can Google a million things, meeting my spirit guides, guided meditation, and there'll be one. I was hoping that I would have one by now, but it hasn't happened yet. Let's see. Everyone is making banana bread. He's right. Let's see. Noreen said, since this change started, I feel like my husband, a full-blown skeptic and holder of all things emotional, has opened up more and kind of wishes he had sat in during our phone session. Am I crazy? No, you're not crazy. You're 100% not crazy. I do think I've been seeing, and I'm taking phone appointments, right? Everybody's obviously over the phone. And I am seeing a lot of men have more appointments than ever before. And I always get that little bit of a skeptic vibe, not just from men, but I get that vibe, and I'm finding that they are like, what just happened? So I don't think you're crazy. I don't think, as much as we want to make believers out of particularly your husband, I think we should become aware of how badly we want them to believe, just so we don't think they think we're crazy, because that's a large portion of it. Like, we want them to believe for their own sake, but we also want them to believe like, oh my God, see, I'm not crazy. So be mindful of that. Be aware, because you're not crazy. You have a belief system that is real and true for you, and they are either on board or not. Pam says, I always feel like I'm grasping when I receive a sign. We all feel that way. Oh yeah, Greg keeps telling me, mention your online school. You guys, I started an online school for online classes. I recorded the first class over a year ago, and I just got lazy and never released it. I got a little bit too much in my head and being a perfectionist. And I kept saying, it's not right, it's not good enough, it's not perfect, it's not blah, 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 blah. Even though everybody who tested it was like, no, it's great, send it out. And I'm like, no, I can't. Well, the world changed to online everything, and it was time to open the school. So to register for the school, it's, oh God, I'm going to mess this up. Deborah Hanlon teachable.com, Deborah Hanlon /teachable.com, I think. If you Google Teachable Deborah Hanlon, I should come up. It's the online school for the Center for Being, Knowing, Doing. I have 2 classes there. By the end of this quarantine, I should be adding 2 more classes to that group. It's free to sign up. And then when you do sign up, there's an introduction to meditation that is totally free, that you could just enjoy that introduction meditation. So it costs nothing. You sign up, and then you can hear about whatever classes I release. Right on there now is Introduction to Meditation, and I do 10 different meditation modalities that you can try so that you can kind of see which type of meditation do you resonate the best with. Is it guided meditation? Is it breath work? Is it mantra work? So I did 10 different styles of meditation in that course, and then you can go back to them and see which one works best for you. And the other class is how to upgrade your vibration. When we're vibing low, how do we bring our vibration up? And everything is about vibration. And if we're low and down and depressed and sad and in fear mode, our vibration is just plain low. When we're out of that mode, our vibration is high. So we want our vibration up. We want it higher. We don't want it to be in the lower depressed and fear modes, especially now. Fear is also It absolutely puts your immune systems at risk. Fear, the more we're in fear, and there was just Sharon shared it this morning, and I shared the article. I think I shared it on all my pages. The more we're in fear, the more cortisol our body releases. The more cortisol that releases, the more stress situation our body goes in. We think we're fighting stress all the time, so it's not good for your overall health, mental health, emotional health, physical health. So we have to get out of fear mode. And I think turn off the TVs. Please, please, please. I promise you, you will change your vibration and your energy so dramatically if you do not hear, consciously or unconsciously, the news playing in the background 24/7. Serena's kind of asking a question that goes in with this. It says, how do you stop thinking about a negative experience even though you feel like you've moved on? I struggle with this all the time. That's a really great question. I was just talking about that too to someone, in my energy class. On one level, sometimes a couple things. How do we stop thinking? If we tell ourselves to stop thinking about something, we're basically telling ourselves to think about it. In other words, if I tell you to stop thinking about a green elephant, the first thing that comes to your mind is a green elephant. Green and elephant is now in your mind. But I told you to stop thinking about it. Our brain does not understand the word not, do not. It doesn't get it at all. So when we say, don't think about it, let it go, let it go. Our brain, you're just telling it, keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it. So I'm a big person on the philosophy of permission to be. Allow yourself to think about a negative experience, and you will take away the inner resistance to it, which means you won't need to fight it so much. And then when it does come up, acknowledge it. There it is again. And then I tell this story. What do I want to tell this story? Maybe I will tell the story. I don't know. Every morning I would wake up and I would have this fake conversation in my mind with someone who had hurt me. And every single morning I would, as I was drying my hair, getting ready to go to work, I would have, this is years ago, I would have this fake conversation with this person, and I am telling this person off, and I am telling them how I feel and what they did wrong. And every morning, a fake conversation. And it was draining to me. It drained me every day, but every day I got myself nice and riled up, and I reopened the wound of anger and sadness. And every day I had this fake conversation until one day I asked myself, do you really feel like doing this right now? Do I really feel like carrying this thought right now? When I heard myself ask myself that, the answer instantly was no. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have this fake argument in my head. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be sad. And then when I answered myself, no, I really don't want to do this. Then myself said, then stop. And literally just like that, I didn't have that conversation anymore. And so now if something comes up where I'm angry about something or at someone, I ask myself that question, do I really want to go there right now? Do I really want to engage and rehash? Every once in a while, very, very, very seldomly, it might be yes. The answer might be yes, I do want to do this. Yes, I do want to feel all this anger or sadness or frustration or whatever it is. And so then I allow it. My body is telling me, yes, I do want to feel this. 99% of the time, the answer is no. And it's just been a habit that would loop on and on as a tape that would play. So ask yourself, do you really feel like thinking about this right now? And listen, and you will feel, no, I don't. I really don't. It just becomes a habit. So start there. And then if the answer is no, I don't want to, then don't. Change your thought, change it to something else. Move the energy, move towards something else. This is all about what my upgrading your vibration class is all about. It's literally about this, about becoming aware of what you're thinking consciously and unconsciously every day, how that's contributing to your energy vibration, high or low, and how you can move it or change it or maintain it and sustain it, because maybe your energy is good and you want to keep it. So that is my personal formula that I do for myself when I'm like in my head, and I realize the only person that I'm hurting is myself. Every time I get riled up, I'm not addressing that person. I'm not telling them. They have no idea, no clue that I'm totally stark raving pissed. So what good is it? It's only hurting me. So that is what I would tell you, to ask yourself, do I really want to go there right now? And usually you're just exhausted. You're just tired. So the answer is usually a no, for sure. That's a great, great question. We were just talking about it last night too. Let's see. Marnie, you're like me. You're getting a lot of stuff done. The governor did say yes to the end of April now, Mary Jane. Yep. Elizabeth is saying we don't think we're going to go back to school. Let's see. Thank you to Greg's daughter. For real. She is like, goes to work and home because she doesn't want to contaminate anybody. Do I have any openings for phone readings? We open the calendar for April, and we will open it again. Where are we? I don't even know what day we're at. What day is today? Monday, April 6th, I think. So, yeah, on my phone, it says Monday, April 6th. So I'll be opening for if today's the 6th, the 7th, the 20th and 21st, and then the following week, we'll be opening that in about a week or two. If you're on my mailing list at deborahhanlon.com, then you will be notified when we are opening up the calendar. I also highly suggest people just check my calendar, because maybe someone signed up and then they back out. I've had many people say, oh, wait, I thought this was in person, which I don't know where people have been that they keep, they just booked an appointment 2 weeks ago and then they tell us like, I thought it was going to be in person. I'm like, where do you live that this would be in person? Because the world is on like quarantine. So everything is on the phone right now. All my appointments are phone appointments right now. And I will not lift that until we're allowed for that to be lifted. What this did do for those of you that are all over the country, years before everyone knew me, I hate talking on the phone, and I stopped taking phone appointments altogether. Like, you had to come to me in person, simply because I hate dealing with the phone. Well, this experience has opened that back up. So even after quarantine, I am back open for phone appointments for those of you who are located all over the country and all over the world. That is going to stay. And I think every Monday I will make for my phone appointment days. So that's a good positive that's happened from all of that. But join my mailing list. You'll be notified. Let's see. Oh, good. I'm totally caught up. Lauren, you love this. You're the queen of fake arguments. Oh my God, Lauren, I didn't know that about you. I'll tell you who I have a fake argument, or had a fake argument with, in my head all the time when I log off. But yeah, I have these like fake arguments, and I'm get really riled up, and I'm like, I even imagine what the other person is saying to me so that I can respond to it with like more venom. And it doesn't do me any good. It does nothing for me. So I stop myself. Wow, what is this right now? Bring the unconscious to the conscious. And it's really, really important. Oh yeah, thank you, Elisa. Thank you for bringing that up. I also brought in virtual galleries. So I am still holding galleries online through Zoom. So you see me, I see you. I limit them to 25 people, so it's not like an unlimited amount at this time. And the next one is tomorrow night, but that's sold out. But the next one, so the 14th, April 14th, I still have spaces available for the April 14th online gallery. And I have to say, it was the first time I did it was last Thursday. And I know that I can read people through whatever. You don't even have to be sitting in front of me and I can read you. But I was so curious as like, how is this going to be? How am I going to do this? And I was so happy with the way the virtual gallery worked out. I felt like there was more readings than at any of my galleries. I could be wrong, but I felt like I did. Um, I loved it. I loved it. I didn't feel separate from the people I were talking to. So I didn't really feel that far away because I could see you and you could see me. So I felt it was intimate. My dad wanted to see it because my dad never gets to go to my galleries because he lives in California. So I told him about it and he's like, oh my God, can I join it? And I said, you can join it. Absolutely. I'll send you the link. And he was in on it and he was just listening in and he enjoyed it because he doesn't get to see what I do. And he's just like, he called me after it was done. He was like, now, when you said this, what did you see? And how did you know this? And I don't understand. It's so cool. So those are going to be a regular thing, the virtual galleries. And I'm really enjoying it. And that's another thing that is a benefit that came from all of this because I've been wanting to do it, but I've just been totally lazy and not doing any online content. And this coronavirus has forced me to do all these things that I wanted to do, but was like too fearful or too lazy. Point blank, too lazy to just like figure out Zoom and all that stuff. Yeah, Elisa's like, he's so cute. My dad's eating popcorn. Lauren, my sister's on this right now. She joined in on the last 2 meditation nights. It is hilarious. My father goes on Zoom and he gets his iPad set up and he eats popcorn as if he's watching a movie. So all you see, like, I think he forgets that like everybody can see him just as much as he can see me. Because here he is. I don't even know if he's on right now, but he was just eating popcorn. I was just getting such a kick out of it. Like, here's dad eating nuts now. And dad's eating popcorn the whole time. So I thought it was hilarious. It was more readings. See, Elisa was joining in and I felt like it was more because I tried to move through quicker. Some stayed longer and some didn't. My dad, yeah, Greg's saying my dad thought it was better than ever. He's like, it's the best I've seen you. So yeah, I can do the readings through online and I'm liking it. And those will stay. I will keep those going too for why not? Lauren said dad called me after raving about the gallery. Said it's so great because he could see you and your reactions. Yeah, he was asking me, he said that it was better for him because when he comes to my galleries, he's sitting way in the back. So he can't really see my facial expressions. But because I'm right in front of you, he was like, I could see how much it took out of you, how taxing it was, how I was trying to figure out what someone was saying and it feeling and experiencing. So that was really good feedback for me because I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I just know what's happening and I'm in my own space, in my own mode. And then I leave. So I don't ever get like feedback on galleries because I just don't. So it was helpful for me to understand how the audience. So Elisa, thank you for bringing that up. And I'm thrilled that it worked out and I'm thrilled that people are interested in what I do. I never lose sight of my gratitude for people, for my work, for what I do. I get drained, I get tired, I get cranky. But only my family gets to see that side of me. And you guys all get to see the like, yay, Deborah's fun and happy, but they get to see me going, put the rocks over there. I need the yard fixed and perfect. So, all right, let's see. What other questions, you guys? How are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I also wanted to do a small business shout out to my yoga teacher friends. If any of you want to take online yoga classes, please check my Facebook page. I know they're everywhere. There's so many. And I highly encourage all of you to take yoga classes from whoever is offering them online to support so many people who have lost a tremendous amount of business. It is very scary for business owners, myself included. I lost a ton of venues and events from all of this too, and it really is scary. I'm fortunate that I can still work in other ways. I have yoga teacher friends, many of them, and I am sharing their sites and their logons. So if you are curious and want some more people there, just message me and I will send you their links. Stephanie Nehru is one of them. Kelly Cam, Charlene Predmore, Happy Buddha Yoga. Those are just a few that I could think of right off the top of my head right this minute, but of course I'll think of more. Let's see. Let me just see. I wrote down notes to make sure that I didn't forget. Don't forget Old Erie, for those of you who live Middletown, Old Erie, the Wood Restaurant in Highland. These are venues that I work with, the Hudson Helsinki, Club Helsinki. They're suffering, all of these places, because they don't have customers. So if you do take out, please order from any of your local businesses because they all need your help. And I feel really worried for small businesses. It's a big, scary thing. I talked about my online school. What did I not? Next week, yes. Next week, Easter Sunday, for those of you who celebrate. I do want to celebrate new beginnings and a new birth of all of us. So my regular Sunday night meditation class that starts from 7 to 8:30 p.m. is offered for free for everybody next week. So register so that you can join in and get the Zoom codes to join in. If you've never tried it, you have a whole week or 6 days to join Zoom. It's really easy. I'm telling you, if I do it, it's doable because I'm not technologically savvy and I certainly don't have the patience for technology. You have 6 days to download Zoom, to get an account, and then you'll get a code and you click the link and you'll be put right into my room. You'll see me. I do the meditation not in this space. I do it actually in my bedroom. So you will see me just sitting in my bedroom chair. And it's just very similar to this, other than I can see your face if you choose for us to see your face, or you could point the camera up to your ceiling fan or block out the camera. But I really want to get people meditating. I really want to. I want to help you get calm. I want to help simmer you down, and I promise you that my style of meditation will help you get into a space. So for those of you who say that you can't meditate, try it. It's free next week for Easter Sunday and Passover week and just Holy Week in general. Try it. So I believe it's on my website now. If not, it's on Facebook for sure. So check that out. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is so hilarious. Lauren, my sister Lauren and Greg are talking back and forth, and Lauren is telling Greg, thank you for taking on my cranky, the worst of the cranky. Greg definitely does take the worst of my cranky, as all our spouses do, right? Greg is saying you should come here for a few weeks to do the yard work, and he'll go hang out with Todd in California. Our dad was taking us on a trip to Europe. My sister and her husband, Greg, and I, and my dad and stepmom. That was happening in June, and we had to cancel that. So that is pretty sad and devastating. That was going to be a fun trip, but not meant to be yet. It'll happen eventually. So that's all that news in Deborah land. Let me see. I still have more notes here. Meditation virtual galleries. Yeah, they're going to be held on Tuesday nights. I have one the 14th, which is next Tuesday, because tomorrow's is sold out. Then I have one on Friday the 24th. I don't know if that's sold out. And then I'm thinking about one on the 28th. I haven't announced it yet, but I do have one on May. Let me see. One moment, please. Is it May 5th? No, it is not May 5th. May 6th? Nope. I don't know. I have another one sometime in May. I thought I did anyway. The 13th, maybe? Nope. Okay, I don't have it on the calendar yet. Yeah, I don't know. Tuesday nights in May, starting May 5th. Every Tuesday night through May, I'm doing an introduction to mediumship. So that obviously will be held online. It was supposed to be in person, but it is now online. Even if we're back to life or back to be able to not have to social distance, it will still be offered online and in person if we're allowed to do that. So that's every Tuesday night in May. I got a lot of stuff coming. So much stuff. So much stuff. I'm telling you, I haven't worked so much in years, in so long. So what else do you guys have? Am I boring you now? Have I talked too much? My wine wore off. I'm not even feeling that anymore. I'm not feeling silly. I'm not feeling buzzed. I'm feeling back to my normal self. So did you guys fall asleep? Did you guys go grab wine for yourself? And did I lose you? Where are we? I haven't even looked over at Facebook. And Tanette is saying, when do you think the pandemic will end? I really did think, well, end. Two different questions. When will it end? I don't know that it will end for like a while because this is still out there, but I think the fever pitch of it, I really did think that by the very beginning of May, definitely by the middle of May, that we would start being back to normal. I'd still like to think that I feel that way, but intuitively, that's what I feel. But I'm hearing through just other channels of schools and things like that, kind of the rumor that probably school will be canceled for the rest of that's a rumor too. Like, don't say Deborah Hanlon said, because I didn't hear that from anywhere official. But they're wondering if kids are going to go back to school this year. So when will it end? I don't know. My brother thinks that this is going to go through September, possibly even October. I don't know if I feel that way. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't for businesses. I really feel very concerned for your local private small businesses, restaurants, mom and pop shops, landscapers. Greg owns his own small business for HVAC. So if anyone has any air conditioning needs and you live in fairly local, call him, I guess. But yeah, I worry about that for people. So on that end, I hope it's by the middle of May, which is what I originally thought. But it doesn't seem, I could be off. I could be wrong. My spidey senses could be wrong, and I'll totally be fine with admitting that I'm completely wrong here. Let's see. Do I wear a mask when I go out? I haven't yet. I have a mask. A couple years ago, my son Ben bought a bunch of masks, which is really funny because it was like a thing. And they bought a bunch of masks and he sold them. And he had one left and it has like vampire teeth. I should bring it down. I should wear it next week if I remember. So we have a mask, but I don't wear one in public yet because I keep forgetting to bring it with me. I think we should wear masks in public. Honestly, I do think we should. And yet there's another part of me that is like so freaked out when I see it that I feel like I'm in a movie. I don't like the feeling. I think the precautions we're taking are really smart. I really do. And not because I have fear of getting it. I have told all of you guys, I swear I think I had this. And I know Greg too. I think I sound like an asshole. I don't want to be like a bandwagon jumper. I wanted to find the clip. Sometime in January, it was on YouTube and I was coughing like crazy and I said I had to go because I did not feel well. I was being treated for pneumonia. They said it was a virus. I was taking antibiotics for like 6 weeks. It didn't work. It was the worst cough I've ever had, major chest pain. One night I thought, oh my God, I think I have to go to the ER because I thought my lung deflated, as if I've never had a lung deflate. So I don't know what that feels like, but I remember being in a lot of pain. I swear I've had it. I do believe it's been in the country for a lot longer than we say it has been, or since we've been told about it. I'm not concerned about myself getting it. I'm concerned about spreading it or being a carrier for it and passing it along to other people. That is what I think we individually have to be responsible for. Let's see. If they don't let everybody get back to work, we're going to have a lot more trouble than just a virus. We are going to have a lot more trouble. Yeah. We are. I'm worried about that. I do think first and foremost, we have to take care of each other, and we have to take care of the elderly, those most susceptible. There are tons of cancer patients out there. I have a client who has a 15-year-old daughter it's extremely precarious. You have to be careful. So there's an enormous part of the population that we have to care about. But we also have to care about our healthcare system. And I think we're doing such a great job in the fact that we had to shut everything down, and people are more important than profit. Always. People are more important than profit. And I hope we got that memo. I don't know what we're going to do with that. I hope that there's some sort of financial forgiveness for people who have hardships from this. I mean, I know a tremendous amount of business owners. Being a business owner, I know so many people who are really, really, really terrified. So if you are a teacher or in healthcare or in any sort of job that you have not had any fear or worry, please be grateful, because there is an enormous amount of the population, myself included. This is why I'm taking on more appointments and doing virtual galleries. I can't live without this. I can't. I have to keep working. It is absolutely terrifying. Of course, I had the most events booked in March, April, May of the next few months. So all of that income is gone. It's scary. It is scary. I'm lucky. I'm not complaining. I'm lucky because I can still take appointments from home. It does not make up the amount of venues and the events I had, but at least I can still work. There are so many people who cannot. So I'm worried for them. So take care of them, help them out. Yeah, Marnie says she remembers that show. You had the same cough for 3 months like I did. There's a post, Elisa said there's a post today. If you had a never ending cough in December or January, you had it already. I'm telling you, we had it from Thanksgiving. Eileen listening in now. She had it too. We were all together for Thanksgiving. From Thanksgiving to about the 3rd week in January, I did not stop coughing, and I had pneumonia many times in my life. And I kept saying, this is not pneumonia, because pneumonia, you cough stuff up, which is really disgusting. There was no coughing anything up. It was a dry, hacking cough that just gave you a headache and chest ache. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. I can't even imagine people that have extra issues on top. So, Nicole is saying you were put on steroids. Yeah, you guys remember me. I don't think we could spread it. If it was true, we would have been giving it to a ton of people. I'm worried about the people I gave it to when I had it. I really do. I'm like, I totally contributed to the spread of it because I saw people and clients in my office. I stopped shaking hands and I stopped hugging people because I was coughing, and that's just the normal thing you do. And I was telling everybody, if you had an appointment with me in December and January, you heard me say, I would give you a hug right now, but I don't want to spread my germs. So for anyone I gave it to in December and January, I apologize. The only thing Greg did not have, was a fever. I know they talk about this big fever. Neither one of us remember having this big fever at all. So we had all the other symptoms, but not the fever. So I don't want to sound like an asshole saying I had it, because I sound like one of these people like, dramatic, but I had it. I'm convinced I had it. I'm convinced. I believe it came into the country last fall too, Marnie. Yes, I believe so. That's my take on it. Let me see. Oh, see, people over here on Facebook are saying too. Maureen is saying she had it too. Few weeks, you could feel it in the chest. I had it up here. I remember thinking, oh my God, this part of my chest is deflated. Hello, Jen. How are you? That's another event that we had to postpone at the Elks Club, the Elks Lodge in Middletown, but that is getting rescheduled for October. Let me see. Facebook. Hold on. Okay, not so much. Oh, hey, Joan. How are you? Good to see your name on here. That's it. I've been talking nonstop. The wine wore off, which is good. I don't want to go to sleep with wine brain. I am thirsty. And that's it. I mean, that's all I've got to say. That's all I've been talking nonstop. So how are you guys doing? What other questions? Did I miss anything? Did I skip over a question that I didn't see? Oh, Lauren asked a question. Since I'm a dog person now, I'm so curious about communicating energetically with our pets. Can we do it, and how do we do it? Yes, I have dog voice now. I have an entirely different voice that I use when I talk to Baker. And it sounds like this, and I have to talk to him like this because he's so cute. That I don't know what happens to me. I don't know. I am in love with this dog. He's like a little farm dog. He's my shadow. He doesn't leave my side. He follows me everywhere. I let him on my bed. He was digging out in the yard. He wasn't dirty though. Like if he got dirt on my bed, I'd be upset. But then I let him, like he was fine. He cleaned off. He's clean and neat and tidy. And he came up on my bed and he lays on my bed and I'm like, oh my God. The fact that I love a dog so much and that I become somebody who understands people who love their dogs, that is the only thing that makes me feel like it's the end of the world and it's the apocalypse. Because those of you who knew me before, I was not a dog person. I never liked the feel of fur. I don't like licks. I still don't like licks. Baker's not a very licky dog. He doesn't really lick a lot, so I like that. I don't know. I just never really like resonated with dogs, but I am in love with Baker. So that's the only sign of the end of times for me. That clearly major shift is happening in the universe because Deborah Hanlon not likes a dog, loves a dog. And like, I can't wait to see him when he wakes up. And I keep calling his cage because he still sleeps in a cage because we don't want him to pee in the night. But he's been really good with that. He's outside all day. But I call his cage the crib. And I'm like, you have to go back in your crib. And I talk to him like he's a person. And I love him. And it's bizarre. So maybe that showing that the world is coming to an end because Deborah Hanlon got a dog and loves a dog and adores him. Yeah, that's the only thing. Okay, Melissa is saying you had a fever, ache, dry cough, stayed home. You were told you had Coxsackie in mid-February, but didn't have the sores. Fever, aches, and dry cough. Yes, yeah, I think, I'm sorry, I just read that Greg's thing underneath. Greg said, yeah, I'll start doing intuitive classes, how to connect with your dog. Yeah, I need more work. I actually text Lauren, like, what did I text you for, Lauren? Oh, Baker gets car sick. Yeah. So our vet is like, we live right by Chadwick Lake, and our vet is right like on Chadwick Lake. And we live, I mean, it takes us 4 minutes to get to the vet, right? And Baker throws up every time. So I asked Lauren, like, what do I do about a car sick dog? She's like, I've never had that before. I'm like, great. The one dog we have, he gets a little car sick. So I haven't really had him in the car because, you know, I'm accepting of doggy vomit in my Mercedes SUV, but I'm not fond of it. And I don't like it. So we got to figure out what to do. Yeah, it's not even a mile. It's not even a mile away. We've got to figure out what to do about doggy sickness. So if you guys know what to do about car sick dogs, let me know. I don't know. Ina, I'm glad to see that you've learned to stop having fake conversations. It is draining. Thank you. I know I'm off topic here. This is the way it's going to be during quarantine time. Marnie said, such a gift to love an animal, and even greater gift to have the trust of one. It is. And like he's learning and he knows how to sit and he knows like he's learning come and he just comes. We got a dog fence, an invisible fence around our yard. So now both he and Bailey can run around and they are just playing nonstop outside. And I feel really just love watching them. And I get very calm. Like I could throw a ball to them, and I just feel like I'm in another world. And I never knew that. So that's crazy. Oh my God, Lauren, my sister Lauren is saying Greg could take the class about communicating energetically with chickens. I don't even want to say it because I said it about dogs. We had asparagus tonight for dinner, and I cut like the bottoms of the asparagus off, and then I actually brought them over to the chickens, and they were all like looking at me like, oh my God, what is she doing here? And I was like, here, ladies. I called them the girls or the ladies. Here, ladies. Can't even believe I'm sharing this with you guys. And I'm watching them, and I felt like they distrusted me. I thought the chickens were like, she doesn't really like us, so let's not eat these green things that she just gave us. I don't like chickens. I hate them, actually. They're creepy. They're smart. And I do find it amazing that they love Greg. They'll follow him around. They're like, oh, there's the rooster. And they follow him. I think chicken feet are disgusting, and I'm creeped out by them. And they will get a video of me screaming when they come near me because I do get freaked out. But I used to say that about dogs. So if I start liking chickens and like touching chickens, you guys, it really is the end of the world. Okay? It's definitely the end of the world if I start liking chickens. Oh my goodness. Nicole, what made you spit your coffee? The chickens? I'm scared. I don't want to fucking like chickens. I'm sorry. I don't. It's bad enough we have them on the property. Greg is building a bigger coop after he does the deck. He's rebuilding our deck. But I've accepted the fact, and I'm landscaping around the chicken coop. This is me, Greg the rooster. We're hysterical. I feel like Greg is like the rooster in was it Bugs Bunny? Oh my God. Will someone please make a t-shirt of Greg, that rooster with his little chicks, please? Lauren, I could hear Lauren and Todd laughing so hard. Greg the rooster. They think he's the rooster. They like follow him around in the yard. They I don't know. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I'm with you on the chickens shit. No way, dogs. Yes, chickens, no. Or a lot of other animals. Birds in general. I'm thinking birds are creepy and gross. Plus, I was also raised by a mom who had you terrified to touch a feather, which that was good advice as a mom, but like kind of like the mercury in the thermometer, right? Those of you who remember that. Like I remember thinking as a kid, like they'd be like, don't drop the thermometer, the mercury is gonna poison us all. And I remember as a kid thinking to myself, then why the fuck do they have this poisonous mercury in a glass thermometer? Why did they not come up with a better design? So I do remember thinking of that, but being terrified of the mercury. Same thing with feathers. So I'd have friends that would go and find a feather, and they'd pick it up in the yard, and they'd be like, Mom, a feather. And their mom would be like, oh, nice. And I would be like, I am not touching that feather because I was taught that feather has every disease you don't want. And you cannot touch it because you will get diseases and lice and creepy things. Is anyone with me? Did your moms teach you the same things? Because I was told I can never touch a feather. Ever. Ever, ever. So I see feathers. And then, of course, I taught my kids the same thing, like, don't touch a feather. And I see other kids picking up feathers. And I'm like, did I screw them up? Should I have let them touch feathers? I don't know. Is it that bad? I mean, my God, the world is in quarantine. I probably could have left them touch some feathers and not, I think we would have been fine. But did anyone else have a mom that did that? And I'm not faulting or blaming my mom on that. I didn't miss out on touching feathers. I'm just saying this was my experience. But now we have chickens, and their feathers are disgusting. And Nicole said our chickens had a rooster named Bacon, which is pretty funny. And it would run towards us. It's so scary. Greg told me a story about a rooster that went after his friend Mike, and it like clawed his leg. And I then went to some farm in Montgomery and I saw a rooster and I started screaming because I thought all roosters were aggressive. So I don't know. Like I don't like the chicken thing. We have eggs. I've been eating them like occasionally. I made cookie dough with the eggs. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting over it. But whatever. We don't have a rooster. The next time the chicken faints, Greg, give it mouth to beak. Oh my God. I think Greg even thought about that. Like he was like, I am not giving a bird mouth to mouth. And Greg, darling, even though you're upstairs, if you ever do mouth to mouth resuscitation on any bird of any kind, that's it. I am done. I am done. We're going to walk away. We're going to agree to never talk about it. I would freak out because that's just wrong. I saw a video where someone did give mouth to mouth to a bird and resuscitated it. And it was a very sad video. But I remember thinking, wow. Wouldn't dawn on me to give mouth to a bird. Nope. But watch. The universe is so freaking hilarious that someday I'm going to be in a predicament and there's going to be a bird and it's going to die on my watch. Foghorn Leghorn. Thank you, Diane. That's exactly who I'm thinking of. That's Greg. Oh my God. This is so funny. That is Greg. He is Foghorn Leghorn. Oh my God. I'm going to look him up. I'm going to teach my kids about Foghorn Leghorn. Let me see. What do we have here? Someone texted me. Oh my God. Oh, Greg texted Baker. He's sleeping in the office. Isn't he cutie? Okay. Greg made deviled eggs today. No feather. Right, Eileen? Were you taught no feathers? Lauren, no feathers. Thank you. Grace, same thing. Let's see. Did I have to take cod liver oil? No, I didn't. I didn't have to take cod liver oil. I remember that mercurochrome in the first aid kit. And like, I remember being like, no, I'm good. I don't care if I'm bleeding profusely. I'm fine. I don't need mercurochrome on that shit. Is that the red stuff? I don't know what it was, but it burned, that stuff. No feathers, Regina. Nicole, no feathers. All right. So see, filthy animals never pick up a feather. All right. Well, there's some people out there who were not taught this and they just pick up feathers, and I envy the fact that they're not freaked out. I don't want to pick up a feather, but I was taught I would die. I would have lice and disease if I ever touched a feather. So therefore I did not, which then I pass that on to my kids, and it's okay. It's a good lesson. I'm not blaming my mom. I think it was a good one. It was a solid choice for her. Creepy. Beaks, fingers, gross, yuck. Cindy, you're going to come and do mouth to mouth. Cindy on here named all of our chickens. She likes chickens. She wants chickens. And she named all of our chickens. There's Rara. There's Sophia. There's Murphy. These are Cindy's names. I don't know which chicken is which name or anything. I don't call them names. I call them the girls. Joe and Michelle. From the radio show. Michelle's my assistant, Joe and Michelle. And there was one more. But anyway. Oh my God. Oh God, you guys are too much. Well, I'm glad you were all taught not to touch feathers. Cindy, you were told your deceased mother leaves you feathers. Well, don't touch them. Don't touch them unless they're from your pillow. I don't know. I was told never to touch a feather. Never, ever, ever. How are you guys on Facebook? Let me see. What are we doing here? We were told feathers were angels' wings. See, that's nice. That is nice. No, I was taught they were death's door and I'd get some sort of sickness, and I believed it. And I won't even touch those like feather pens when you go to like the cantonment and they're like the old feather pens. I was like, I'm not getting an ink pen with a feather because can't touch a feather. Nope, not allowed. I think birds can carry diseases, so no feathers. Put a feather in his hat. Yeah, I don't know. Cindy, I thought you had a name for all of them. There were 6 chickens. I think there's still 6 chickens. I think there's still 6. Have I ever gotten a strong premonition when you do these live chats? No, because I'm totally ridiculous the way I talk on these chats. I did have a strong premonition tonight before I came on. I had just poured my first glass of wine, so it wasn't wine related. And I was on our deck with my son, and he was drinking this juice. And I was taking the first sip of my wine and I had a premonition of his wedding. And we were on a deck and we were toasting. And I even said that to him. Oh my God, I just fast forward to when your wedding day is. And we're outside and we're doing a toast. And I'm saying, I can't believe this is your wedding day. So I did have a premonition tonight, but not while I was on live chat. Why do you ask that question, Tony G? Let me know why you asked that. Oh my goodness. Marnie said there's a legend about seeing feathers when someone contacts you from the other side, like in Forrest Gump with the white feather. Right. And here we go. This is how the show works every Monday night. We're all back around because Forrest Gump is the theme tonight because I am Forrest Gump with a leaf blower. And I'm okay with that because I feel like Forrest. And I understand that Forrest had a mission and he just wanted to keep running. And so he did. And I just will get rid of every single solitary leaf in the forest. Don't forget, I'm not blowing the leaves on my lawn, on my grass. I don't care about those. It's the ones in the forest that have been embedded, that are making good mulch or whatever it is. Yeah. Christopher, I had a premonition of Christopher's wedding. So it was really, really cool. And it just came and went. And I even said to him, oh my God, I just saw us toasting at your wedding. And he was in his suit and he looked handsome. And I was like, I can't believe it's my baby's wedding. And it was Christopher's wedding. And we were outdoors. I don't know where we were. It was a very sunny, beautiful day. So we already know he's going to be married on a beautiful day. All right. Greg is saying, could you touch on dreams a bit? People dreaming during a crisis. I didn't see this. Hold on. Let me back up. Where is Amanda? I haven't seen your name, Amanda. Unless you're over here. Oh, over here. Thank you. Amanda's over here. Hello, Amanda. I haven't seen you in forever. I know exactly who you are. Let's see. So Amanda wants to know what to do about dreams during a crisis. Let me know what your dream is, and let's see if we could do a little dream interpretation. So I'll give you a few minutes to text that. Unless you already shared it, then Greg wouldn't let me know. I really am thirsty because I'm talking a lot. Tomorrow night is my next virtual gallery, by the way. So for those of you who already signed up, I'll see you tomorrow night again. And then next Tuesday night, the 14th, is another one. I'm waiting for Amanda to give me a little bit more on her question about touching on dreams or people dreaming more during a crisis. Before you even ask that, I have a theory that people are either more like they're dream people or they're not dream people. Like I'm not a dream person, meaning I typically don't remember my dreams. So I feel like most of my intuition and my intuitive hits comes to me during the day, notably in the shower, actually. Then there's people who get no intuitive hits at all, but they dream very vivid dreams. So I think largely the world is kind of you're either dream rememberer or not. Why are so many people having more dreams now? The collective consciousness is up, and anytime there's anything going on, our subconscious is trying to help us get through any stress. That's what dreaming is. It's in our subconscious or unconscious mind, bringing up to consciousness things that are bothering us and worrying us. And I read or heard, I think I read it, where they say that your dream is typically from that day, the day, you slept that night. So it's from that day or the day before. That your dreams aren't typically from weeks and weeks or months and months prior. It's really from that day or the day before's events. So that to me is helpful, because when I do remember my dream, knowing like, oh, what happened to me in those 2 days before I had that dream, then I can kind of sort through them more. So I think that's helpful information. And that came from a dream analysis person who studies them. Why are people having more dreams? So I think because we're just more in fear mode and just in such just out of sorts, that more people, particularly those that remember them, will have a lot of subconscious fears coming up. So I do believe that. I highly believe dreams are incredibly interpretive. They're extremely helpful, and they're not literal. So if you're dreaming of doom and gloom, it is just the fear of the doom and gloom that is surrounding you outside. And again, I would say if you are having nightmares, turn off your TVs. Do not let your television, in good news times or bad news times, ever run in the background of your homes. Ever, ever, ever. People say, oh, I just have the TV on. Turn it off. Every commercial is wired towards like what's wrong with us, what's not going right. It is wired and programmed to go into our subconscious mind on purpose. News playing in the background, they're not going to tell you the good stuff. I don't know why, and it's not until consumers start saying, hey, can you please share the good stuff? So put on, I tell everyone, I wake up every morning, I pick up my phone, I watch clips from Ellen DeGeneres, sometimes Trevor Noah, or a comedian, and I start my day laughing or getting a kick out of something. And before I go to bed, I have clips of Ellen or a comedian or anything light and happy. And I do that deliberately because I do not want to feed myself any negativity. I'm aware what's going on in the world. I'm not totally in a total fog, but I don't need to know every single thing that's going on in the world. Actually, Eileen wrote to me today saying that news reporters were mentioning Newburgh, the town that's right next to me, a lot in his daily events. And she's like, what's going on in Newburgh? And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on in Newburgh. I don't know. I don't need to know if I don't need to know. So I just think it's extremely, extremely powerful tool of communication that is not it's like kind of like toxic smoke that's getting pushed into your homes, having those TVs on. Turn them off. I used to be anxious, and I'm talking about like 15 years ago. Had anxiety, didn't know why, was never an anxious person. And I realized I have my TV on all the time. My kids were little and the TV was on. It would for them watching TV, whatever. And I deliberately turned it off, and I have not turned TV on again. I do not have it playing in the background of our house. We watch a show, we're watching a show. If we're cooking, the TV is not on. Why? Because I don't need to hear, did you ever have a hangnail? That could be a new sign of brain cancer. News at 11 p.m. They say the most insane things, and you're like, oh my God, it goes into your subconscious mind. The next time you get a hangnail, instantly you're anxious. Why? Because your unconscious mind remembers something about hangnails and brain cancer. And even though when the news comes on, it's like, no, we didn't say that. So please, I promise you want to take care of your mental, emotional health. The fastest way to do that is to turn your televisions off. Turn them off. You don't need the play-by-play. You do not. I do enjoy Cuomo's things that he has going on every day. I don't catch them every day, but I catch pieces of it. It feels very factual. It feels very calm. Steady. He's not sugarcoating things, but he's not enticing fear. That is my interpretation of it. That is my perception of it. You might agree or not. I don't know anything about politics. I don't know what's true and not true. I say this all the time, but I do like his reports on the day-to-day coronavirus. So if you're having anxiety and bad dreams, turn off the TV. After a week of time, it'll start simmering down. Huffington Post, yes, that's right. HuffPost has good news section that is good. That there's tiny bits of them, but we don't listen to them enough. The other thing is pay attention to, like, what articles are you sharing on Facebook and social media? Are you reading a terrible, horrible article and then you're sharing it? Because then you're part of the problem. Share the people who have gotten better. Share the helpers. Share, I know in the area code 518 in the capital region, they are putting rainbows all over everything. It's going worldwide. It's just a cool, cool community thing that has just exploded. And it's positive vibration. People are taking pictures of the rainbows they're seeing, that they're drawing on the sidewalks and on their houses. It's just a cool thing. Why do I need to hear about all the other stuff? I don't want to. So, people are saying this, maybe their minds are just rested more. I don't know if their minds are rested more. I think our minds are less rested than typically, or less unconscious than we typically are. We're just more conscious of things that are going on. Let's see. Joshua, I would say I wouldn't say I'm telepathic. I do prefer the living. I like to work with those who are living. I like to do sessions with people that they say, what, I'm blocked about something, what's going on, insight questions. So I don't just do mediumship. I work with the living, and it's all sorts of things. People have anxiety. I have therapists that they can't get past a certain point in therapy, and they refer them to me so that I can take them over the hump with a particular topic. It varies. It definitely varies. So it's not just mediumship. Yep. And Maureen, I agree. Social media causes the most anxiety and the most anger. Oh my God. Right? How many, I post something like, I'm trying to stay positive. I feel like part of my role in the world, for whatever reason, is I don't want to subscribe to the fear. We're all aware of it. So I try to post lighthearted things, or I try to counter the negativity. And all the time I'll get somebody going, you really shouldn't make fun of that. And I'm like, I'm not fucking making fun of anything. Okay, spiritually speaking, it drives me crazy. Social media can make you crazy. I'm not diminishing or dismissing anyone, but at the same time, my own little part of the world, I just want to share higher vibrational stuff, whether it's a dumb joke or a funny meme or whatever. You might not find it funny. Maybe I'm not funny to you, and I'm totally okay with that. But turn it off. Turn me off if you don't like me. So social media has its positives and negatives. Yeah, social media is a tool. Yeah. What's my vibration, Greg? Are you literally asking me that? It's pretty good. For the most part, I'm pretty good. I get moments. I get aggravated when I hear teachers complaining right now. And I'm really aggravated on a personal level as a business owner who's been hit hard by this. And I get really aggravated for other business owners when I hear teachers complain, because then I'm like, okay, like, your world has not been rocked financially, and I hope it doesn't. So I do get, that's one of the touch buttons I've got going on me when I hear a teacher complaining. And even though, my God, teachers are the greatest human beings on the planet, I could never teach them anything. I couldn't work with kids the way teachers do. I could not do their job. But I don't like when I see teachers kind of complaining on social media, because there's so many people who are literally out of work and they can't pay their mortgage because they own a small business. And if you don't own a small business or a business, you don't understand the serious, scary ramifications of that. So I do have like a touch point on that on social media. And I don't say anything. I say nothing. I just bite my tongue, because I hate when people like need to to attack me for my posts. I don't need to attack people, but I silently suffer with anger. No, dear, when you're talking, it sounded like my course is, you were saying dear. What? What's my vibration? Oh, you weren't asking what my vibration was? You weren't sweet talking me, dear? You had wine too. That wasn't like a, hey, why don't you come upstairs? Oh my God. On that note, I think you guys have had enough of me. Yes. Hey, Sydney. Hello. Hey, Stacy. Yeah. Maybe I should just take before and after pictures and post it on your on my social medias, and you can all see it. So it's been 2 hours. We've been sitting here for 2 hours. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. You guys stick with me. I can't believe it. I always feel like, am I so boring? I'm so ridiculous when I talk tonight. But I just start talking, and then there we go. So I think it's a good time to end. I don't want any more wine. 2 glasses and I can stop. It's after I have the 3rd glass, there's no shutoff valve. It's like my Irish comes out and I don't know when to stop after that. So it's kind of like I'm teetering on alcoholism, but because I stay within the 2 glass range, I'm good. So I'll leave it there. Oh my God, good. Thank you, Marnie. Marnie, please, if you didn't post your website and how we can get that cream, that stuff, please send me an email, because I really, really, really need to order it. Like, I'm not even being friendly or nice or something. I really need more. I love it. So send me your website, post it here. Thank you, Maureen. Stay well, everybody. Good night, Grace. And thank you guys for really tuning in. I mean, it's nice that I have an audience for my insanity. I mean, my God, clearly our vibrations match, because you're still tuned in, which means that we have a vibration that matches. Good night, Lauren. Love you too. And I will see you all guys next Monday night. Oh no, hopefully Sunday night, on Easter Sunday. Sign up for my meditation. So there's that. I'll see you on social media in a good way. And then I'll see you next Sunday or Monday night. Thanks. Bye.